but we have seen the spec delay countdown, and we're looking at about 60 to 90 seconds. So again, this is important for BacT. The civs are important as well, like the settings for the civs. So
This probably is the most important game of the tournament so far, I'd say.
Okay.
I'm
Game
just throwing
two.
it out
You
there,
think so?
man. Because, yeah, this is the swing game, man.
Yeah,
It's either
this is
going
definitely the
2-0
swing game.
or it's going to be 1-1. And
If he goes down 2-0, it's going to be really interesting.
yeah, it's so hard to pull it back, especially against a player like Lojza. It's just too tough, man. And, well, we'll see. Here we go.
Yep. It's hidden civ, free pick, and you cannot do Huns, Aztecs, or Mayans. Alright, guys. We are
Brit-Mong.
in the game, and it's Brit Mongols. Yep. So this will be interesting. I'm going to turn... actually, no, I don't need to turn chat off because no one's chatting. It's just a habit. I'm going to turn team colors back on, and BacT is again in the blue versus Lojza, who's in the red. And I will start, I guess, with the maps. Obviously, BacT is down. Well, Lojza's up 1-0, and BacT needs to get 3 wins to advance. At this point, this game, like Dave said, is really important. And wow, I don't like his map again here.
Look at his
quite
wood
open.
lines, man. Where are the wood lines? There's one
I
in the
know
front.
it's going to be one of those situations where you don't scout your wood line for quite a bit of time, and you have to go to straggler trees. He's close to it with this one sheep, but yeah, the one wood line's on the back, which might be the safest one, but that's really, really a far distance away from his TC.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll go to the front since the berries are already there. So
Okay.
he'll try and defend that. There's also a deer near there, which is nice.
Yeah, it can maybe lure those deer into the mill. You're right about that.
The wood line for Lojza is actually pretty nice at the back there. His gold is on a hill, but it's pretty close to his TC. Stone also pretty close. Secondary gold, a bit far away. But the front of his map is super open for Lojza.
Yeah, I think both players have pretty open maps. Now, I noticed that Lojza's gone forward with the scout to try and lane, potentially. He hasn't gotten close to any of these boars
Well, I
on the
mean,
right-hand
Lojza is
side.
Mongols, so he wants that extra hunt. And BacT actually went to the backwood. Oh my god, it's so far away.
Yeah,
If
I
Lojza
like the
manages
choice
to
of the
trap
backwood,
those
though.
villagers. Oh man. I have nightmares about wood that's that far away. Although the front is pretty far away as well. Because so often you see the player wall their villagers in, and then scouts get into the wall, and then it's just like, oh god, here we go again. The Titanic is sinking, right?
The one thing that's good for BacT, I mean, he's going to need a second lumber camp at some point. I mean, it's normally what you see. But he could maybe, it would be awkward, but if he uses the wood line on the left, wall in towards his TC, that would mean the right would be open as well. But possibly. And he could always do a little bit of walling, use this gold to wall in a little bit. He's not going to need too many villagers on gold in the feudal age if he does choose to go for any type of aggression. But I want to just address Lojza's map real quick. He has the wood line on the back, like you said. His gold's awkward though. It's on the hill, and he's actually his hills on right and left side as well. So it's kind of a crater situation like we saw with BacT last
If you put a
game, but it's
mining
not
camp
near
at
as
the top
bad.
there and then toss a tower down, it won't be that bad. In 10 minutes, it'll look pretty secure, I bet. But yeah, it's a tad awkward, to say the least.
Yeah, I have to agree. So both players having pretty awkward maps. This will be interesting here for sure. Now, let's talk a bit about the civs. Lojza needs to be careful because his Vil is on 7 HP. I think he'll be okay. And there's also a weak Vil in here as well. You need to be careful there.
No, he'll be.
Sometimes the boar will redirect its attack onto the weakest Vil.
Okay, 9 times out of 10, if you ungarrison villagers and one of them is at 1 HP, the boar will automatically go and attack that. I don't know if it was just some dick coder at Ensemble Studios. Let's make the game this way and mix everybody off.
Yep. It's true though. It's true. And BacT is lured in that one deer, which is nice. I want to touch on the civs. So Britain's obviously in the castle age. I think have an advantage because of the additional
I think Britain's
range.
early game they have an advantage, but as the game gets later, it starts to swing into the Mongols.
Yeah, certainly
especially
early
once
castle
you get
age.
post
Yeah.
in. Yeah, and I mean, Mongols just so tanky in Imperial Age.
Yeah,
So
and
tanky.
in feudal age, which we will be seeing shortly, I kind of favor the Mongols as well in the early feudal age because they will have that extra food boost. The scouts are very strong, and also you can see players go up on oftentimes like
Well, it looks
18,
like
19
Lojza's going up
vills.
on 19 vills.
Yeah,
Getting
there you
loom right
go.
now, and I think he's gonna go up. Yeah, so he's gonna go. He's gonna go fast scouts then, obviously. Um, on 19 vills, which is really fragile. I think we've talked about this before, like the
Yeah.
last time we were streaming.
Yep.
Super fragile. If you don't do damage to your enemy, you're a long way back. You're a long
Exactly.
way behind.
Now, the one thing the Mongols has going for them is the speed factor. But is it going to pay off here? I mean, BacT's going to click up here in a moment's time. He's just actually clicked up. He really needs to secure this wood line. Get a couple spears in that wood line.
Yeah, and he'll make spears right away because he knows what's coming. As soon as he sees that feudal time, he's gonna know exactly what's coming.
He's sending 2 over to gold, and I was like, okay, that could indicate something with militia or man-at-arms, and he's making militia now, BacT. So I wonder if he is going to be going man-at-arms then. It'll be interesting. It's not... It's going to be rough because I think Lojza's going to have a couple of scouts on his wood line, and man-at-arms are slow,
Yeah,
and they're not going to be able to defend. But the offensive factor
the thing with
could
man-at-arms,
be huge.
if he can defend, if he can defend against those scouts with a couple spearmen maybe, or just wall his villagers in, those man-at-arms can do some damage on Lojza's economy. And like, because Lojza went up with 19 vills, if BacT even kills one villager, completely worth it.
BacT choosing to fight with his scout here, and he's not in the feudal age yet. It's not gonna work out.
Bad fight.
Lojza, he's doing a good job. I like the palisade walls on the right hand side, and also where the stable is and the house. That's good for the early game though. It's going to be really hard to stay pent up in this base once he's created a lot of extra villagers and more militaries out in the map. But he's definitely trying to secure himself from any attacks now. How many militia are we seeing here from BacT? Well, he has 3, sending a forward spear, and man-at-arms upgrade now coming in as he goes for an archery range. So this is a build you see often from Britons because the gold villagers you had for the man-at-arms, they will go into the archer production as well. So
and Lojza actually might stop this wall here from BacT, the right-hand side. Yeah, he's gonna attack the villager, and BacT's gonna have to go away. And that's actually pretty important because the scouts are coming now.
I think he's going to kill the Vill as well.
He's trying to get a hill advantage. Yeah, he's going to pick off... Oh, that's so annoying. And you know what? He's not only killed that villager, but he denied that wall, which would have made Lojza have to go all the way around.
And now Lojza's bringing in more scouts as well. And we talked about the speed factor in Mongols and how quick they can get these scouts out. It could go to the wood line. There's no spears back there. But also, keep in mind, it looks like back at home... For Lojza, he's walling up as well, and I don't think he'll be able to wall this off in time. It'll be close because the man-at-arms are going to be trying to get around with this one spear.
I don't think he will, but I mean, there's scouts in the wood line from BacT here, and he didn't send his spear. He sent his spear is like patrolling near his forward gold. Like I don't know what it's doing, but I mean, it's still only 2 scouts, so as long as he's careful, he shouldn't lose anything here.
Yeah, but that one villager's exposed. So talk about being careful.
Villager from Lojza,
just sitting there on the hill. And villager from... Oh, wow. And he chose to do a greedy wall, in my opinion. And he will probably lose that Vill. The other Vill on the other side actually survived. That chick is on 5 HP, so she's able to survive. And another villager's going to go out to wall. This Vill for Lojza, though... And it's weird because the man-at-arms and the spears are running into each other here, so they're not really attacking all that much. But it's going to be rough for this guy to survive. And also, there's a hole here
I think he's gonna
in the wall now for Lojza.
Go down. Don't send the spear to attack the villager. Oh, what?
It's on
send
5
the weakest
HP.
unit to go kill that villager, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
spear with a hill bonus. 2 damage.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the HP that build, but it might have been on 5 HP as well.
It's
so.
on 5. Yeah.
Yeah, rather close game right now. Lojza actually has more vills. I didn't catch it back. Did Wheelbarrow? Did you see that? I didn't really pay attention to that.
Lois is doing wheelbarrow. BacT, I can check easily.
Either he idled his TC a lot, he lost a lot of vills.
No, he didn't do wheelbarrow.
Okay, so then BacT is certainly behind at this
Oh my
point.
god, look at Lojza going out trying wall with that villager at 7 HP. And now he's gonna have to go
he
back.
Sent that bill out?
He sent it out to try and
Why
wall.
did he send that bill out? Oh man.
And he's sending him out again.
Oh man, that'd be really, really unfortunate if he loses this bill.
That villager is ballsy. Like, that thing is going out to wall, it doesn't care. I hope BacT sees this. Oh, I hope he does.
Hit it! Oh, oh that's hilarious, man.
Is just playing games with him right now. Like, come on, man.
Oh, but look, we have more units coming in from BacT as well. He has a
and
spear, and a couple skirms, and
I think that
if he
focuses,
if he focuses down, the bill! Oh, he tried to quick wall there.
He
with
actually
the
quick walled
blacksmith.
it. He actually got it.
But I mean, he's got to delete the blacksmith. It's only a 50 HP, and he doesn't have another bill to repair that, so he's got to delete it so he doesn't lose the wood there.
I mean, he's sending skirmishers out around the front. He's made some extra ones, but yeah, he had to delete that. That villager.
Yeah.
God, Lojza, just send a full HP bill. Like, come on now.
Yep, it would have worked out had he done that, and he might really regret this, as obviously BacT's going to continue to send units in this way. However, there are a fair amount of skirmishers coming around now. I wasn't sure where they're located when you said it, but they're going to come here. The one small issue for Lojza is that BacT's going to have this hill. But I think with the amount of skirms he has, and obviously he can reproduce back at home here, he should be okay.
I've also noticed BacT getting housed a couple times.
Yeah, I did see that as well.
Houses. Yeah, and you can see that in the villager count, right? Like, it's already one behind when he's actually been killing some of Lojza's vills, so it really shouldn't be happening that way.
Yeah, I have to agree, and he might need to go back now. I think he would definitely lose his army fighting against this amount of skirmishers. Even though he has fletching and padded archer armor,
he has his army on the right-hand side as well. He's going to go harass that wood line, I think.
Yeah. And that's actually, what, 3 archers, 4 archers, and a couple skirmishers. That's definitely enough to maybe kill a vill and definitely harass the wood line. I like
create
the
a
play.
Bunch of idle time here.
Yeah, exactly. I really like the plays from BacT. He's been aggressive. And ever since Lojza's scouts kind of ran out of steam in the early game, he hasn't been able to do that much. And I'm looking at his resources.
Finally finishing that wall on the left-hand side.
With a full HP villager.
Yeah, well, I mean, the resources are pretty similar. I mean, Lojza's ahead by 4 villagers now, because BacT did wheelbarrow, so they're looking pretty similar. Lojza's is looking a bit better, but BacT has the military advantage.
Still. Honestly, even if Lojza gets up first with the walls here from BacT, especially if he reinforces them a bit, I think he'll be okay. He does have, I think he could fit a TC actually on the wood line on the left-hand side. So he has a couple wood lines that are pretty nice for him, and he has the main gold. He has stone back there. And if he gets to the Castle Age, if he just holds himself up for now and gets to the Castle Age, he's going to have the additional range.
Man, Lojza's coming forward with a lot of skirmishers. And
yeah, and he's going to click up shortly too.
Pretty high proportion of his army is archers. But once, I mean, he needs to save those, because once Britain get in the Castle Age, those crossbows.
Yeah,
unreal.
Definitely. And this is interesting. I wonder if Lojza is patrolling, because certainly BacT is patrolling here. And ooh, BacT needs to go away here, but he did actually pick off 1 unit before he lost one of his own. And he's going to just wall, and that's exactly what he needs to do, just wall and force everything into his TC. And he's going to send his army to the left-hand side. And wow, these guys' castle times are fairly similar here. It's only like, what, 18-second difference.
And only 3 vills difference, and like the military, pretty close.
Yeah.
And Lojza's gonna spend forever trying to get into that wall with skirmishers. He's just looking for an open spot, I think.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's not like BacT can really attack that with anything.
No,
so
BacT's gonna go
he's got a
forward,
wall
which
behind.
is exactly what he should do.
Yeah.
He's gonna go forward and try and probably bust through that palisade wall on the left-hand side of Lojza's base. And I mean,
Oh,
Lojza
yes.
can't get into backspace at all. Unless there's a hole somewhere I don't see.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get in. And so his army's on the front. BacT has a much better position here, I think, as far as military advantage is concerned. He's going to have crossbows. He's going to have +3 then.
Oh, Lojza did actually pick off a weak vill on the farms from BacT.
Oh, wow.
And another thing about that position Lojza's sitting in right now, he can deny more archers coming out, but BacT's just garrisoning them in the archer ranges, so he's fine for right now. He's probably going to break through this wall on Lojza's left-hand side.
And also on the right, he still has those units there. And Lojza's got a quick wall behind there. And it's also delaying that wood
villager going
line.
down for Lojza. 2 villagers going down for Lojza.
Oh, wow. He's picked
3
off
vills.
both of them there.
Nice.
Wow.
Really good fight there.
Well done. Did he send 3 out initially? Yes, I see the bodies, so I caught the last 2. And Elite Skirmisher coming in for Lojza, which is obviously going to be a good choice with the amount of skirms he has out. And we're going to see crossbow and bodkin, I believe, for both players. So.
And Siege Workshop coming down right away for BacT. He wants to clear those skirmishers up, but Lojza has to be expecting that. He can't sit under those archer ranges for very much longer, and yeah, he's moving away now.
The units from BacT on the right-hand side have progressed a little bit, but this is still very good positioning, I think, because it does delay a lot of eco.
Yeah, I mean, and he only has that back wood line. Like, the front one is kind of raidable, and it looks like he doesn't want to really send that many villagers there.
And at this point, there's
Britons.
only 1 or 2 vills in it. I'm looking at 40 vills for both players, and of course, it's a little bit different depending on when they're creating them, but this is a really close game.
Oh, the mangonel shot!
Oh,
Good
it's gonna
shot
come
from
in!
BacT.
It's gonna... Oh, it didn't actually connect with all of them, but there's a couple weak ones in there, and that's really important. And BacT is gonna go for another shot here, but the skirms are gonna run away. Trying to pay attention to the armies, the main armies from both players now. Looks like the one on the right has been chased away. BacT is going to come in on this hill and just look at the exposed gold from Lojza. We haven't talked a lot about that because BacT hasn't been over here. He has 1 tower, but, I mean, you're looking at 5+3 range on these crossbows. It's going to be really hard to deal with, and Lojza has a lot of hills here as well, which is going to make it that much more difficult. But he's, I assume, bringing his skirmishers back right now. He's also going for scale barding, which is probably just make a couple knights to pick off the...
And BacT's getting ballistics, so if he gets into Lojza's base, it'll be deadly. If he gets in.
Yeah, he killed 1 villager there, and I think he will get in here. But the question is, will he stay in here effectively? Because their skirms are coming from behind. Also, more skirms are probably going to run into the base on the right-hand side from Lojza and try and trap. With only a couple skirmishers and a couple archers here, I think Lojza will definitely lose that fight if he fights with only these units. But he's bringing the other skirms in, and this is effectively a trap if the units come from behind. He doesn't have that many remaining, unfortunately, and BacT should not be fighting this. He has to utilize his range, and he's not doing that. He's lost a couple units here, and here comes the trap. Like, BacT has to fight.
Well, he did kill 2 villagers in there.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible fight if he gets out of this.
He's
with
definitely
some units.
microing as much as possible, and Lojza's skirms are actually still behind. So maybe he could pick off.
I think that's a good
army on the
engagement for
left-hand
BacT
side.
if he gets away here. I think that's pretty good. Because the villager count now is in his favor. Although Lojza's getting chain barding armor now. And he's putting out knights to stop the... BacT had a few units in Lojza's base. In the back. Just clearing that up with knights.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I saw them a little bit earlier, so... Something that's important to point out is the army composition is really heavy on food for Lojza. I mean, knights, he already got the upgrades on the knights, and then skirmishers, it's like really going to be difficult for him to maintain a lot of eco.
Oh my god, look at BacT's resources. He almost has 1k gold. He does have 1k gold.
Yeah,
he's making a market right now because he needs to
balance.
balance it out, man.
But
There's no food.
I think BacT's actually in a better position here. He is 2 extra vills, and he's getting up to 3rd TC. He's a lot more space for Zico as well. And with the market, that's really going to help his resources out as well. He's building another Mangonel because he realizes that he lost a little bit of his advantage there. Oh, he needs to be careful because Lojza's there with the Knights. But Lojza's actually run right
gonna
past.
Pick off that Mangonel. Oh my god. Why did he run right past? Lojza.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose the Knights too.
He's lost the Knights, but he did actually pick off the Mangonel. So
I think that's worth it. That's a good trade.
Yeah. There's like, what, 2.5 Knights there for 1 Mangonel. The skirms are coming forward, and I think with only 1 Knight here, BacT's going to be fine to keep this Mangonel alive. He's going to try and fire upon the skirms, and the skirms just kill 1 crossbow and flee, which is probably a wise decision. Now BacT is now 4 vills ahead. He's picked off the Knight there as well, which means the Mangonel's going to be strong, and he's going to go for a shot. They are split up, these skirms, but still it's going to force them away, and splash damage will help. That's 1 deer.
That deer
just like
is scared, man. It's scared.
Yeah,
where's it going?
I'm getting out of here, man.
Going?
This is too dangerous for me.
Bambi, I'm sorry, your mom's dead.
Yeah. No one told you yet? Yeah.
Yeah, villager coming forward now. Forward siege workshop from Lojza.
Yeah,
right
and
down
BacT is housed again. And
he's
like,
been housed all game, man. It's been all game. And look at, he's so fed up with it. He's laying down like 6 houses.
Yeah,
at the back of his
this is something you see from like 1600s.
Oh,
like, oh crap, this is happening too much.
Oh
yes, you're right. It's close, but the villager's running now, and the Mangonel gets a good shot in the skirmishers. There's 2 Mangonels here, but the Knights are coming out. And we could see another shot here before these Mangonels go down. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. And I think now the siege workshop's going to be denied. It's hard to tell. Another good shot as well. This Mangonel's on 5 HP.
Here. It's still alive.
And more Mangonels coming out, and that siege workshop did not go up. The villager's going to just desperately
there's a villager
run.
coming up.
Yeah, he's going to run to the siege workshop. Can he get it up? Nope. Yep.
Man, that shot was amazing.
What's the percentage on this thing?
97%. It's a Tetratus siege workshop. It's at 97%.
Man,
that is
That
unfortunate.
was really, really bad. And
yeah,
BacT's pushing forward. Look at the military numbers: 40-8. It's insane. Cav archers coming out from Lojza. Probably a misclick, but he's making mainly skirmishers. And now that BacT's gonna have this hill with this Mangonel, it's gonna be so hard for Lojza to pull this back, I feel.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was in a good position actually going forward with the Knights and the elite skirmishers, and he was making a siege workshop, but just overextended himself like by a couple tiles, I think. If he made that siege workshop back on the hill, he would have been fine.
And he's trying to out-micro this Mangonel, but the problem is he out-micro the Mangonel. Okay, the crossbows are just going to still deal some damage to your skirms. The Mangonel's still there, killing 1 more skirm, and I think he's gotten some good shots in these crossbows. The Knight might just pick off this Mangonel here, but he's lost an awful lot of military in this engagement.
He's lost a lot of map position too, like... At one point, he had the middle of the map, and now he's pushed back into his base again.
Yeah, and that Mangonel is actually still alive. I think it will go down here, but it's been around for a couple more shots. The Knight didn't engage it, and there you go.
And he's got 2 more coming forward, so...
Yeah, he needs to be careful with these.
Yeah, he has to get some more crossbows out. Oh, they're
exactly.
coming from the right-hand side, okay.
Yeah. He needs to be careful with these units, but it's just so rough. Oh, and a castle going up there on the wood line from BacT with 1 vill. I wonder if he's sending more forward. I don't think he even needs to because of the control he has, honestly. I think he'll get up even though it's being built with 1 vill.
That's such a good castle as far as map positioning.
Yeah.
Like it cuts off that entire half of the map.
And also, BacT, I'm not sure if he has the buildings. I know he has the university. Let's see, monastery, siege. Yeah, sorry, university, siege workshop. He's fine. So he's going to click up to Imp here as well. And he'll have the castle on the front to build trebs. And this is rough for Lojza. This is really, really rough. And a fantastic position as well for BacT as he's going to fire upon the archery range.
I mean, Lojza's resource is not looking Not looking so great.
No, it is not. He's not going to click up to Imp anytime soon.
I mean, he's making knights, but with that range and the hill, those knights will die before they even get to those crossbows. Especially with the castle there now. It's gonna be harsh. And I mean, BacT's crossbows even hitting the farms from Lojza on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I saw
really
that
annoying.
actually. It's really well done. Oh, but the knights are coming out, and are the crossbows out of position? I don't think so. I mean, they might be able to take out a couple knights here. The mangonels, I think, will go down. But Lojza's going to sacrifice an awful lot of knights just to get these mangonels. Oh, and the mangonel got a big shot at the end as well. That was really nice, but he's lost a lot of crossbows here back. Lojza's regained the score lead, but sometimes the score often
really
depends
deceptive.
on... Yeah, it's because you click up with all those resources, and you lose those resources, so you lose score. The vills are the same. Lojza is not going to click up to Imp anytime soon. I wonder if he doesn't have a siege workshop, so he can't push up this hill even if he was willing to try to.
BacT has enough going for another castle. Oh my god, he's laying it right down the
Yeah, and
this is going to be rough for Lojza.
It's do or die time for Lojza now. It really is. Like, he has to stop this. And oh, he's building his own castle. And
counter castle down the hill.
Yeah, honestly though,
castle right here, right down the hill.
Yeah, and the villagers like inside the castle building it. That's at least the way it looks for me. But even if he gets this up, it's probably going to go down because BacT's immediately going to make some trebs, and it is important for BacT to get his own castle up, which I think he will do here. And so it's going to be 2 castles versus 1.
The one good thing Lojza did is he did send skirmishers forward to prevent the reinforcements from BacT coming in.
Yeah.
So like BacT had to go back with his crossbows, and I don't know, he might have done a bit better in that engagement.
Lojza's going for petards. He's making petards out of his castle. I mean, he's forever castle at this point.
That's cute. He already lost one to the castle.
I didn't realize he was setting him out.
It came out and it just exploded.
We'll see it again if he's trying it again. No, this time he's learned. He's learned, and he's going to have the petards in the castle. But
it's petard. It's not petard.
Sorry. Gosh, the 2 petards are in the castle now. You're such a petard, Dave.
Dude. Yeah, petard sounds gross, man.
Yeah, this castle's going to go down for Lojza, and 3 or 4 petards.
Although Knight's coming forward for Lojza, and he might actually catch this army from BacT if he actually sees it. Yeah, he's gonna kill that mangonel, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's really all that concerning for BacT at this point. He's got Arbalest, he's got Bracer. He's gonna have a lot of that on the front as well.
Oh, Ram coming out, and he's got 3 petards, and he's making actually another castle.
He's lost all 3 of them to the castle, though. Well done.
That was so petarded.
Yeah, it's so petarded, man. So, Arbalest, longbows, all going to be on the front here for BacT. He's going to be making trebs. Lojza cannot click up, and there's the GG.
There's the GG. Well played by BacT.
Yeah, that was an important game for him. He really needed that win.
So often you have a turning point in the game. Last game it was BacT not going through that little hole. This game it was Lojza trying to drop that siege workshop.
Yeah,
and you're right. It just didn't work out.
97%
he overinvested,
siege workshop.
overreached, didn't work out. Lost his entire army.
And Dave, look, the 1 deer is still running back and forth. We missed that. We're such sucky casters, man.
Yeah, we're terrible. Awful.
Let's take a look at the achievements real quick. BacT with 147 units killed, and Lojza with 147 lost and 103 killed of his own. Looking at the resources is actually fairly interesting, as Lojza has 3k more food and 1k more wood. But I think the gold is the big deal here, is like 5k more, almost exactly 5k more gold for BacT. And the food is kind of understandable, considering that we saw a lot of knights and a lot of skirmishers from Lojza, so certainly that food was put into that.
So, does BacT needs 3 points, right? He doesn't need 2 because he lost a doubt.
He
So
needs
Doubt
3.
would win the
Correct.
tiebreaker. Okay, cool.
Correct. Yep. So he needs to at this point win 3-1 or 3-2.
Well, it's a good start. 1-1.
Yeah.
That's all I can
It's
ask
not
for.
bad.
We want 5 games.
Exactly. And